Hello and welcome to Norbrock Stadium and our continued coverage of the 2018 Canadian College Baseball Conference. My name is James Matthews and I am proud to offer you the Vancouver Island University Mariners taking on the Thompson Rivers University Wolfpack in tonight's matchup. It is the end of our final day of the round-robin competition. Wolfpack taking on the Mariners, who have stamped their ticket to the semifinal tomorrow. It will be the veteran right-hander Regan Gillis on the mound for the hometown Wolfpack. He's going to be taking on Tanner Hess in this leadoff matchup. Gillis misses with a ball number 1 to Hess, playing second base for the Mariners this evening. Beautiful night for baseball in wonderful Kamloops, BC. Here's Gillis' 1-0. He paints the outside corner, and he evens up the count at 1-1. He then misses on that same outside corner. Count swells to 2-1 to the Mariner leadoff man. Living outside is Regan Gillis. He finds the outside corner with that fastball. Count now 2-2. Hess is going to battle should he wish to reach as the Mariner leadoff man. Swung on and hit to right field. Playable, perhaps. A great effort, but it's going to fall in foul territory. It was Tyler Van Ham getting the start in right. It's been a great weekend of baseball here for the 2018 edition of the CCBC Championships. The PBA Dogs have found themselves dethroned in stunning fashion. They didn't score a run until their 5th game of this tournament. This, of course, the 7-time defending champions. Hess swings and hits that one on the left side. Aptly picked up by the third base coach, and he's going to stay alive. So those PBA Dogs are probably back to Lethbridge as we speak. They will not be able to pick up an 8th straight CCBC champion. We'll have a new one this year in Kamloops. Gillis is 2-2. There's a curveball for strike 3. He gets Hess looking. That's the first out of the inning. The first thing to cheer about for this Saturday night crowd at Norbrock Stadium. That's going to send their catcher Lucas Galloway to the plate.
Special welcome to Mark Taylor back here at Kamloops.
Gill starts him off with that curveball. We saw to strike out Hess. This one misses for ball number 1. So speaking of surprises in this championship, as Gillis delivers his 1-0 in the dirt as well, it's 2-0. The UFV Cascades find themselves at a perfect 5-0 and have stamped their ticket to the final tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Doing a little bit of everything are the Cascades. As this one's hit onto the shortstop, picked up by Ariella. He fires across the diamond. That's out number 2. A nice ground ball there from Gillis. He'll love to live there. So following the strikeout, it is a ground out, and there's 2 outs already in the top of the first. That's going to send the shortstop, Bryden Bideweg, to the plate. A fixture in this Mariner lineup. One that finished second last on the regular season, but finds themselves in second in this championship. Hey, it doesn't matter how you get there, it's how you finish in the CCBC. He misses high and outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Swung on and missed by Bideway. First swing and miss this evening for Gillis, and he finds himself in the driver's seat at 1-2 against the 3-hole of this Mariner lineup. Gillis steadies himself on the rubber, takes a quick second, and now delivers that 1-2. Tapped off the plate by a bite away, and he stays alive. That's all you got to do. You just got to get a little piece of it. Liam Balance waits on deck. As by the way, calls time, he'll ready himself. Adjust that dirt at home plate and step right back in there. So Gillis goes with his second 1-2. This one's on the inside corner for strike number 3. The second strikeout looking, and that's going to send us to the bottom of the first right after this. And we're back here at Norbrock Stadium, bringing you the Mariners and the Wolfpack. Liam Riella, as he often does, leading things off for the Wolfpack. He's taken on Matt James Scott, a lefty from this Mariner lineup, a Saskatchewan native. Scott's effort misses outside, and it's 1-1. Riella playing shortstop this evening for the Wolfpack. He looks at the ball outside, and it's 2-1. Riella now finds himself in the driver's seat, trying to set the table for this Wolfpack offense. One that is prone to running into a few runs every now and then. Well, takes a pitch in the dirt. James sends this one to the backstop, and now the count even more in Riella's favor, 3-1. Swung on and hit to right field. That's going to stay fair. Just down the line, it's charged down in right field. Riella is digging for 2. He takes a look at the head coach, Ray Chadwick. He's going to get the wave, and it's a stand-up, a leadoff triple for Liam Riella. And that's exactly what you got to do when you find yourself 3-1 in a count. You got to look for a hitter's pitch. You're wanting an extra base hit of that one. That's exactly what Liam Riella picks up there. That's going to send another man who grew up east of the Rockies to the plate. It's Adam Philman, of course, the Winnipeg native. He's playing center field this evening for the Wolfpack. Something's going on here on the mound. I'm curious what we're seeing from Matt James Scott. I wonder if we had an injury on that play. That's going to send the head coach for VIU out to the mound. I wonder if we're having some arm problems or maybe some leg. Well, I'm sorry to just completely hypothesize here from the broadcast booth, but I have no information on this one. It's only the leadoff batter, so I can't think that any sort of psychological issue could be going on here, but they're going to send someone out to the mound. We'll take a quick break. We'll stay live. We'll just be back after this sorts itself out and Matt James Scott heads back to the rubber. And we're back here at Nora Brock Stadium. Whatever ailment was faring with young Matt James Scott has been dealt with. He returns to the mound and Adam Philman checks in. So just a quick reminder, Liam Riella, the only batter we've seen for the Wolfpack this evening, and he hit a ball off the wall in right field for a leadoff triple. As Philman looks at that first pitch of his at-bat. It's low, so it's 1-0. So it's a runner on third for the Wolfpack, a 0-0 ball game, and nobody out in this one as well. Center fielder Adam Philman at the plate. Swung on and fouled off, straight back. Parking lot material. And the count's now 1-1. Scott paints the outside corner. We've seen pretty early on in this ball game that umpire has no problems with the fairly large zone this evening. In our game last night for the Wolfpack against the Coyotes, you saw a bit of an inconsistent zone. So a big zone is no problem as long as it stays that way. No umps calling that one a strike, though. The count's now 2-2. Scott tries to bend a curveball in there on 2-2, and he misses outside. 3-2 now. Swung on by Philman. That's going to get that job done. So Riella trots across the plate, and it's 2 batters and 1 run for the Wolfpack. It's an RBI ground out for the center fielder, Philman. 1 away. So it's going to be the left fielder, Josh Hillis, who's a first-team All-Star for your TRU Wolfpack this year. An important cog in the lineup, a graduating player they're definitely going to miss. Hillis takes a 2-seam fastball in that inside corner. Front door from Mr. Scott, and it's now 0-1. Swung on and flared into right field. It's going to be no problem out there for the Mariners, and they take that one down. 2 away. Hillis just kind of had his bat. Puck in DHing. this evening's ballgame. Saw some innings on the mound as well last evening. Takes a fastball that misses inside. It's 1-0. It's out 2-0 to the Wolfpack cleanup hitter. Takes a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Par for the course there. Most hitters like middle in 2-0. So he now steps in, still in the driver's seat at 2-1. Swung on and hit to left. That's going to stay in the ballpark, but it will be extra bases. That's tracked down in left field by the Mariners. The Wolfpack strand no runners and send one across. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this. And we're back here at Norbrock Stadium. Regan Gillis misses with a fastball to Liam Balance, who's leading off this inning. He's playing third today for the Mariners. So it's Mariners and the Wolfpack live from Norbrock Stadium in its 2018 CCBC Championships. The Wolfpack picked up a run in the bottom half. Swung on and up the middle. Rahela takes charge and fires across the diamond for out number one. Nice play by a veteran shortstop there. It's an easier play for him than the second baseman. The second baseman would have to stop his momentum and fire over to first. Riella comes right through it, across the diamond to Jackson Dartnell, and that's the first out of the inning for the Wolfpack. And it does also send Devin Heck, the left fielder, up to the plate for the Mariners. Swung on up the middle again. It's going to be another one for Riella. Great diving play, but he can only knock this ball down. He eats his throw, rightfully so. Nice play there by Riella to make sure that one stays in the infield, but it will be an infield single for Devin Heck. It's the first of the ball game for the Mariners. First base runner as well. So the task of moving him along will be tasked to Dylan Kirby. He's the first baseman for the Mariners in this evening's ball game. Gets his sign from the third base coach and digs in. Gillis gets his sign from the catcher Connor McKenzie and comes set. He pours a fastball over the inside corner for strike number one. It's 0-1. Devin Heck, not the biggest lead in the world over at first base, but he looks ready to get going. He stays put this time, and Gillis finds a fastball on the outside corner. Kirby doesn't like it, but it's been there all game. It's 0-2. So at 0-2, work to do for Kirby. Gillis looking for his third strikeout of the evening. He comes set. A check swing foul by Kirby. Maybe not exactly how he drew it up, but that's perfect with 2 strikes. He fights one off and stays alive. Count remains 0-2. 1 on and 1 out for the Mariners in this inning. Gillis trying to get himself out of it with 1 pitch. Takes off for second. Good throw by McKenzie. It's 1 hop and into the outfield. Riella is able to knock it down, though. As we kind of noticed, Evan Heck had a pretty good lead over there at first, and it took until the 5th pitch of the at-bat for him to take off. But when he did, he had a great jump, and he's able to steal second easily. So the job of the plate for Dylan Kirby now, instead of moving that runner over, is to drive him in. A single will do it. He's still behind the count, however, 1-2. So with the runner in scoring position now, Gillis comes set. His 1-2. It's swung onto the right side. That's going to get that runner over to third. Como has a short throw to first, and he gets him for out number 2. But on that play, Heck heads over to third. Not as dangerous with 2 outs, as a hit is still going to be what it takes to drive him in, but any hit will do for Brian O'Hara, the right fielder. Does also put the put the pressure on the catcher, Connor McKenzie. Wild pitch or a pass ball will also score that run for the Mariners. And then we saw one there, but McKenzie was able to get just enough of it. Heck has to stay put at third. It will be 0-1 as well. McKenzie, of course, would like to keep that one in front of him. Deaden that ball right around home plate. Instead, it kind of hits off his oblique and starts scooting towards the backstop, but not far enough for Heck to come across and score the Mariners' first run of this ball game. So here's a 1-0 from Gillis. It's swung on and hit to the right side, but going to be foul. The Wolfpack have an extreme shift on O'Hara at the moment. Power hitting left-hander. More likely to hit that ball to right field. Won't be able to do it on that pitch as it misses for ball 2. So it's 2-1 to the Mariner right-hander. 2 outs in this inning for the Wolfpack veteran righty, Regan Gillis on the mound. Devin Heck leads off first as Gillis steps off. Gillis steps back on. Shakes off a pair of signs and then comes set. This 2-1 misses outside as well. So it's going to be 3-1. Gillis unable to come around that fastball. Stays a little bit outside of the zone and misses for ball 3. So O'Hara still in the driver's seat at 3-1. The Wolfpack keep their defensive shift to the right side of this diamond. O'Hara takes a fastball in the outside corner. First tough call against the Wolfpack righty. At a 2-out walk. It's going to send Jeremy Gramercy to the plate. Gramercy is DHing in this evening's ballgame. So we'll see what happens now with runners at the corners. Still 2 out for Gillis and his Wolfpack teammates. Hoping to get back in their dugout and score another run. Takes off for second. It's going to be cut off. Oh, there's a miscommunication as that ball goes right through. Riella gets spiked at second. No foul play there. Just sort of a tweener in the middle, and Riella actually stays down. So as Riella stays down, it is important to note that a run did cross the plate. So teams will run a first and third play in different ways. The Wolfpack electing to still throw that ball through to second on a steal attempt in an attempt to stop that runner from heading home. as such, that ball was actually missed by the second baseman. And there's a collision at second between the base runner who went into slide and Liam Riella, who was trying to track down that errant throw and found himself drifting over top of the base. So we'll see if he's all right and we'll be able to stay in this ball game. Assistant coach Frank Fasico tending to his shortstop out there, who's walking around. It looks like he's all right. A smattering of applause from this Norbrock Stadium crowd. But no matter what, that run will cross the plate, and it's a tie game between the Mariners and the Wolfpack. Riella now confirmed to be staying in this ball game. Also important to note that that pitch from Gillis missed for ball one, so it's 1-0, 2 outs, a runner at second for the DH, Jeremy Gamercy. With Gamercy back in the box, Gillis gets his sign. Como creeps in behind him at second base, trying to keep that runner honest. Gillis is 1-0, paints the outside corner. It's now 1-1 with 2 out. The 1-1 is fouled straight back by Gillis. So Gillis 1 strike away from ending this inning. Gamercy's going to try to drive in a run. Notice the Wolfpack outfielders are way in on this play. Try to knock that run down. Adam Philman, the most shallow in center field. It's fastball up and out for Gillis, and the count now swells to 2-2. So with the count 2-2, Gillis comes set. This 2-1 is just outside with the curveball. We saw McKenzie kind of start up over the inside part of the plate and then drift over the outside. Tough to get that call for an umpire, and the count then is 3-2. Como again creeps in at second. Daylight between him and the base runner, O'Hara. Gillis instead goes to the plate. It's fisted to first base right at Jackson Dartnell. And that'll do it for the top of the second. The Mariners strike back. It'll be a tied ball game as we head to the bottom of the second. We're back here at Norbrock Stadium as the third baseman, Malik James, digs in. Takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate. It's ball one. 1-0 to the Wolfpack 5-hitter. And then takes one over the plate this time as the count draws even at 1-1. James, a fixture in this Wolfpack lineup. Scott misses with that one, and now the count's 2-1. James fists this one at second. It's going to be collected on one hop. Fired over to first, and that's the first out of the inning. So the Wolfpack looking to bounce back after conceding that tying run in the top of the second. Leadoff man can't get on, so now it's charged with Jackson Dartnell. Matt James saw it, comes set. And the first pitch of the at-bat to the Wolfpack first baseman misses on the inside part of the plate, just as it did to Malik James. The count's 1-0. James misses even more with that one. It's in the dirt. Goes all the way to the backstop. 2-0 now to Dartnell. Dartnell swings a huge cut. He takes full advantage of that 2-0 count, but can do nothing with it. Still in the driver's seat, though, 2-1. Scott comes back inside this time and misses, just misses, I should say. It's 3-1. Look close from the Mariner left-hander. Swung on again by Dartnell. Another huge swing from the right-handed first baseman. He's now in a hole, though. 3-2. Probably have to knock that swing down a little bit. Two-strike approach from the big number 29. He does just that and flares the ball, but it's going to be tracked down at shortstop by Broden Bidewedge. That's a great play. And two out quickly in this bottom of the second. By the way, got a good jump on that ball and ventured into shallow left field. He had to go down to a little bit of a slide to track that one down, but he does just that. And that second out of the inning is going to send the right fielder Taylor Van Ham up to the plate for the Wolfpack. It's Van Ham's first appearance of this championship campaign. The 1-0 from Scott is swung on and popped up high right side. A valiant effort from the Mariners, but that one's going to fall in the stands. So as the count draws even to the right-hander, he's got a new baseball as that one stays in the stands as a souvenir. See what James does? He continues to kind of go inside-outside on alternating pitches. This one swung on by Ham, and it's fouled off in about the same spot. This one also is going to be in the seats. So Van Ham's going to have to battle up. Scott can't get on top of that curveball, and he misses into the other batter's box. Count's now 2-2. Swung on and hit deep to center field. Settling under it is the Mariners center fielder. That's the third out of the inning. We'll be right back with the top of the third after this. We're back here at Norbrock Stadium in Kansas, BC. James Matthews with you here, bringing you the Wolfpack and the Mariners. The bottom of the lineup charged with leading things off for the Mariners. As it's Connor Bronson, the center fielder. He jumps on that first pitch and hits it to right field. So it's going to be one pitch and one out for the veteran right-hander on the mound for the Wolfpack, Regan Gillis. He'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Next up for the Mariners is the second baseman, number 19, Tanner.
So that flips the lineup card over for Tanner Hess, the second baseman. He struck out his first time up. Probably try to see a few more pitches this time. Looks at a curveball for strike number one. Both the corner infielders for the Wolfpack are playing about even with the base. Malik James takes a couple steps back at third. And this one goes to first. So Dartnell had drawn himself in, and as such, that ball scoots right past him into right field for a base hit. Second of the game for the Mariners.
Now batting, number 3, the catcher, Lucas.
So they have a one-out base runner. It'll be Lucas Galloway who tries to follow this one up. Grounded out to the shortstop last time up. Gillis would be happy with that same result here, as he's looking for a ground ball double play to get himself out of the inning. Gillis gets his sign and fires over to first. Nothing doing there. Gillis looking right in the sun. So Dartnell just walks that ball back to him. Shadows starting to creep in over Norbrock Stadium as the sun sets to our right. Gillis' 1-0 is hitting the center field. Philman tracking this one all the way, and he hauls it in for out number 2. It was a good read by the veteran center fielder. Never looked in doubt. And the Wolfpack just need one more out. Broden Bideweg will try to keep the inning going for the Mariners. He struck out looking his first time up.
Is the shortstop, number 2, Broden Bideway.
Gillis now comes set. Bideweg calls time. There's a long pause from Gillis on the mound. As we often see, the hitter not too interested in that. It's going to take a second and regroup. Gillis instead fires it over to first. Again, nothing doing over in that direction. A third time, Gillis has a look at Tanner Hess. Gillis now delivers to the plate. This is going to be fouled straight back. Crowd continuing to grow at Norbrock Stadium on this Saturday evening. Gillis seems extremely concerned with Hess over at first. He's the leadoff hitter for the Mariners. History would show that leadoff hitters usually have a little bit of speed in their back pocket. So it's a justifiably concerned Gillis on the mound. This time, though, he goes to the plate. And it's swung on by Bideweg. Not going to be enough to turn 2. Riel's got a long throw across the diamond. He just misses against his counterpart. Tried the backdoor play, and Dartnell gets him there. Interesting play here, ladies and gentlemen. So Malik James was so fired up about that play that he flipped the ball back up. And the umpire had initially waved that one off, but that is in fact, an out. So it was a great backdoor play on the first to third attempt by the Mariners. Dartnell fires it across the diamond. Out number 3. We'll be right back after this. We're back here with the CCBC Championship Baseball. It's the Mariners and the Wolfpack on this Saturday night. Left-hander Matt James Scott remains on the mound for the Mariners. His first pitch of the inning is a strike to the Wolfpack catcher, Connor McKenzie. McKenzie takes this one inside. We're 1-1 in his first at-bat of this ball game. It's a young ball game. The teams exchange runs in the first and second, meaning we're at 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. McKenzie takes one low this time, and it's 2-1. He now finds himself ahead in this count. So it's the Wolfpack catcher and 8-hole responsible for leading things off here in the bottom of the third. He takes one in the outside corner, 2-2. McKenzie will have to protect up there at the plate. Nice bounce back pitch there by Matt James. The 2-2 misses well outside, and the count now runs full. McKenzie takes a second, then steps back in. Scott's 3-2. He's on the outside corner, swung on and missed for strike number 3. A good sequence from the Mariner left-hander, and it's out number 1.
Now batting for the Wolfpack, the second baseman, number 27, Zach Como.
That'll send the second baseman, Zach Como, up to the plate. Como hitting 9th in this Wolfpack lineup. An undervalued position as he needs to turn these things over for the top of said lineup. He tries a bunt attempt to get things going. That pitch from Scott misses in the dirt. Como aptly pulls his bat out of the zone, so it's ball 1 to the Wolfpack second baseman. Beautiful night here in Kamloops rolls on, but as such the shadows start to kind of get themselves over this field as you see Como just outside of those shadows that start closer to home plate. He takes a fastball in the outside corner. Looked good up here, but it called it a ball. So it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is up high. See if Como has a green light here, 3-0. If I was a betting man, I'd say no, but I've been wrong before. So Matt James Scott comes back with a 3-0 fastball. It's over the middle in part of the plate. 3-1 now. Scott comes set again. Delivers his 3-1 outside for ball number 4. So it's a walk for the 9-hole. So that'll turn things over for Liam Riella, who hit a leadoff triple and would later come in to score his first time up. Lucas Galloway runs out there to the mound and has a chat with his pitcher, trying to settle him down after that 1-out walk. So Riella's leadoff triple went right down the line in right field. Let's see what he has for an encore. It's on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Matt James Scott solely interested in a ground ball here. Try to get himself out of this inning. The 0-1 is swung on and hit a mile high to right field. This ball carries, but won't go as far as the warning track even, and it's hauled in right field for out number 2. Didn't seem like anything to write home about off the bat, but the right fielder kept drifting until he drifted no more and hauled that one in just short of the warning track in right field. So that's going to send Adam Philman to the plate. His ground out in the first inning plated the first run of the ball game for this Wolfpack lineup. Only one thus far as well. He'll try to ignite a 2-out rally. Scott misses for ball number 1. Mariner left-handed also tries the outside corner, misses low this time. It's 2-0. So a 2-0 count to the center fielder, Adam Philman. Runner on first. This ball's taken in a back pick attempt to first. Como is back easily. So the count now 3-0. Philman, an experienced hitter in this Wolfpack lineup, could potentially have the green light 3-0. Como takes his lead off first. Scott comes set. His 3-0 misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk for Adam Philman. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And Josh Hillis moves from the on-deck circle to the batter's box. Hillis flew out to right field his first time up. There's been a pair of walks in this inning. With that kind of going on in the mound for Matt James Scott, the pitching coach is going to trot out to the mound and have a word with him. There is action, even this early on, in the Mariner bullpen. But it looks like this will be Matt James Scott. It will be his game for at least one more batter. So a pair of walks accented by a pair of outs for the Wolfpack means there's a pair of base runners on with a pair of outs. Matt James Scott steps off the mound. Mariner left-hander then toes the rubber once more. He comes set with his first pitch to Hillis. That's inside for ball number 1. Matt James Scott kind of losing his command out there on the mound. Como leads off second. Philman takes a short lead at first. Matt James Scott pours over a pitch there. It's 1-1. Swung on and taps softly to third base. Balance will go the short way and just tag his base, and that is the third out of the inning. We'll be right back with the top of the fourth. We're back here at North Stadium with our continued coverage of the CCBC Championships. Regan Gillis in his fourth inning of work for the Wolfpack. Gets fastball over there for strike number one. He's facing the cleanup hitter in this Mariner lineup, Liam Bounce. Bounce hits this one right back up the middle. A nice effort by both Gillis on the mound and Como at second. They both go for naught, though, and that ball finds itself in the glove of Adam Philman in center field. A leadoff base hit for the Mariner third baseman.
Next up for the Mariners is the left fielder.
So that's going to send the left fielder, Devin Heck, to the plate for the Mariners. Heck singled his first time up. Third baseman Malik James creeping in on the line at third. The Wolfpack veteran right-hander misses for ball number one. Bounce takes his lead at first. Gillis comes set. It's inside and popped up. Dartnell tracking this one down, but it's going to go into the stands. It's foul ball. So Heck digs back in with the count of 1-1. Bounce lengthens his lead at first. James still on the grass at third base. Pickoff attempt by Gillis, nothing doing. So Gillis is 1-1. It's on the outside corner for strike number two. A nice pitch there by Gillis. The 1-2. It swung on and hit hard, but foul. Devin Heck stays alive on the batter's box. Trying to advance Liam Balance, who was on with a leadoff single. Here in a tied top of the 4th at Norbrock Stadium. Gillis misses with a fastball just low, and it's 2-2. Swung on and tapped off the plate. It'll be another foul ball. Gillis will reset, and we'll do it all over again at 2-2. Gillis going to try a pickoff attempt over at first. Balance has to dive back in, but it wasn't that close over there. Wolfpack middle infielders in double play depth, hoping for a ground ball. Gillis takes a second and steps off. Crowd noise raising once more. It's a curveball for strike number 3. Great pitch there by Regan Gillis. And it's a strikeout looking for Heck, and the first out of the inning for the Wolfpack. Good sequence there and a good battle win for Gillis. After a series of fastballs inside, outside, he goes with a backdoor curveball. Heck has no answer. That's out number 1. That strikeout then will send Dylan Kirby, the first baseman, to the plate. Kirby swings and fouls that one off on the right side. Kirby grounded out softly to the second baseman his first time up. Now that one out has been recorded at expense of the Mariners. Let's see if they put a play on. Gillis comes set on the mound. Another pickoff attempt. Swung on and popped up foul. Pair of foul balls grows the count to 0-2. Gillis now comes set. His 0-2 is a pitch out. I thought Liam Balance was thinking about taking off for second. Nothing doing, however. Wolfpack more than happy to waste one, 0-2. So now with the count at 1-2, we'll reset and do it all over again. Balance stays put again, and this one's fouled off for the third time in this at-bat by Kirby. Good sequence by Gillis. As every pitch is fouled off by Kirby to the right side, meaning he's been late on these pitches. Swung on and fouled off. Third base side this time. Count stays 1-2. That fastball just misses for Gillis. Count now even, 2-2. So Leon Bonds, he had a leadoff single. That was followed off by a strikeout looking. So the Mariners now find themselves with a runner on first and 1 out. Gillis is 2-2. It swung on and tapped softly to Malik James. He's going to have to go the long way and only record the 1 out. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Kirby, and now with 2 outs, the right fielder Brian O'Hara trots to the plate.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 6, Brian O'Hara.
O'Hara walked his first time up. The first runner in scoring position for the Mariners. Pardon me, the first runner in scoring position with 2 out for the Mariners in this ball game. It's pitch in the dirt. Knocked down by McKenzie, but that one scoots over to first base. And as such, Balance trots over to third. So the life of Brian O'Hara has got that a little bit easier. Any hit will do now. If he wants to pick up an RBI. Gillis and McKenzie needing to bear down. There's 2 outs here in this inning. It's a 1-0 count. Swung on and popped up foul into the parking lot with that one. 1-1. Gillis, veteran right-hander of this Wolfpack pitching staff. Swung on and hit to left field. That was going to hang up long enough for the left fielder, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. This ball game stays tied. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th right after this. And we're back here at Norbrock Stadium. Top of the 4th just starting off. It'll be the Wolfpack DH Cole Pockin who looks at a strike. Pockin flew out to the left fielder his first time up. Count now 1-1 to the Wolfpack DH. Swung and fouled straight back. A nice swing there by Pockin. He'll take a second to remember the muscle memory of that one before trotting back in there with a 1-2 and count. Matt James Scott misses outside. It's now 2-2. Swung on and popped up. It's going to be playable. Drifting behind his base is the first baseman Balance, and he hails this one in. So after that Cole Pockian pop-up, it's going to be the third baseman Malik James. The Wolfpack third baseman grounded out to second his first time up. Takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1 this time. He looks at the fastball on the other side of the plate. This one tagging the black, and it's 1-1. James continues looking to this at bat for good reason. Count now in his favor, 2-1. The big left-hander, Matt James Scott, comes set. His 2-1 hits Malik James. And it's a leadoff base runner, pardon me, a one-out base runner for the Wolfpack. So Outcast raining down for the speakers here at Norbrock Stadium. Means that Jackson Dartnell will be trotting to the plate. Dartnell popped up to the shortstop his first time up. Gets a series of signs from head coach and third base coach Ray Chadwick. Then steps in. No lead at first from James. Matt James Scott on the mound comes set. Swung on and missed by Dartnell. Always tougher for those base runners when there's a left-hander on the mound. They're capable of swinging their right leg over and working on a pickoff move, which right-handers cannot do. Swung on and popped up by Dartnell. It's going to be in the gap. Should be playable, and it will. Second out of the inning. So Dartnell unable to get on top of that one. Malik James has to stay put at first. So there's 2 out for the right fielder, Taylor Van Ham, who flew out also to center field his first time up. Van Ham looks at a fastball inside for ball number 1. Matt James Scott comes set. Delivers the 1-0. That's swung on by Van Ham, but tapped softly foul towards his teammates in that Wolfpack dugout. As you can see, the shadows continuing to make their way across the field here at Norbrock Stadium. Tough when both the hitter and the pitcher are in the sun, but there's a shadow between the mound and home plate. Van Ham, no worse for wear though, as he smacks this one into the gap. That's going to send Malik James over to third. Van Ham digs hard for second. This is going to be close. He'll be in there. And it's a 2-out double for Van Ham. Malik James also moves station to station behind that base runner. So it's now going to be a pair of runners in scoring position with 2 out for the catcher, Colin McKenzie. This is a huge spot for the catcher. He's got a pair of runners in scoring position, and just to make matters even worse, he's got 2 outs. So a base hit is the only way he's going to get the job done. He swings and attacks that first pitch, but fouls it straight back. A good swing. Nothing to show for it. Just 0-1. Outfield in a cascadingly shallow, fashion, left to right. Matt James Scott misses with the 0-1. It's now 1-1. He comes set again. He delivers that 1-1 and swung on straight back again by McKenzie. It's about the fourth of this ball game for the Wolfpack catcher. Always seems to be right on it, but just missing. So let's see what he can do now that he has to shorten up with 2 strikes. Van Ham leads off second. James takes his lead at third. McKenzie swings and hits this one into left field. That's going to get down. They'll only be able to get 1 run across, though, as that one was smacked into left field by Connor McKenzie. Sometimes it helps, you know, having 2 strikes on. You got to shorten up. McKenzie just does that and pulls it into left field for a 2-out RBI base knock. That's going to send a mound visit out there for the VIU Mariners. They do have action in their bullpen. We've seen Matt James Scott with a bit of a short leash so far. They're going to have a chat and see how he's feeling. This did also happen last inning. Nothing came of it, however. So the task of driving in Taylor Van Ham at third is going to fall on the shoulders of the second baseman, Zach Como. Como walked his first time up for the Wolfpack. Swung on and popped up on that first pitch. This one might be playable for balance. It will be, and the third baseman hauls it in, so that's the inning for the Wolfpack. They do regain the lead. We'll head back with the top of the fifth right after this. And we're back with our coverage of the 2018 CCBC Championships. My name's James Matthews, and I'm bringing you the matchup between the Thompson Rivers University Wolfpack and the VIU Mariners. It's a first pitch curveball to start things off on the top of the sixth from the veteran right-hander Regan Gillis. Comes back with a fastball outside that misses. 1-1. Gillis being charged with facing the DH of the Mariners lineup. It's going to be Jeremy Gramercy. He takes a fastball on the inside half. The count now in his favor, 2-1. It's an unassisted play by the first baseman that recorded the first out of the game for Gramercy. Takes a curveball at the front door part of the plate. Now it's 2-2. Swung on and tapped to the right side. This one's off the knee of Jackson Dartnell. He's unable to get any glove on it. We'll see if that scored a hit or an error. Regardless, it's a leadoff base runner for the Mariners. And though scoring at home, it did actually go down as an error. So an E3 gets Gramercy on. That sends the center fielder Connor Bronson to the plate. He flew out to the right fielder his first time though. Malik James in on the grass at third. Middle infielders at double play depth for the Wolfpack. Swung on and missed by Bronson. 1-0. 0-1 rather. Gillis comes set, then picks off to first, nothing doing. A bunt attempt is then pulled back. First one we've seen for the Mariners this evening. You're always told that you want to bunt strikes. Connor Bronson always took those lessons to heart as he pulls back. It's ball one. Let's see if that bunt stays on. Malik James seems to think so. He's way in on the grass. It was another bunt attempt, but it's another pitch in the dirt from Regan Gillis. 2-1 now. There's a base runner. He takes off. Good throw by McKenzie. Just misses him as Gramercy is in there underneath the tank as a stolen base for the Mariner DH. Don't get to say that every day, as DHs are usually recognized for their hitting exploits rather than their speed on the bases. But this DH swipes himself a pillow. Three ones the count. So Gillis takes the second behind the mound. It's now 3-1. He's got a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The Mariners very likely could keep this bunt on and get him the third with one out. Gillis steps off the mound. Gillis now comes set and delivers that 3-1. Bunt play was taken off, and that's swung on and fouled straight back by the Mariners center fielder. It's a good swing. He gets a brand new series of signs and now steps back into the batter's box. Gillis would absolutely love a strikeout here. He's got the chance to do it. The Wolfpack right-hander comes set. delivers. And it is strike 3. It's a great curveball. Another really good sequence from Gillis. That's out number 1.
Now batting for the Mariners, second baseman, number 19, Tanner Hess.
That'll send the second baseman Tanner Hess up to the plate. Seen a little bit of everything in this ball game. He struck out and then followed that up with a single his second time up. He was then put out on an assist from Jackson Dartnell to Malik James to end the previous inning. So Gillis goes from striking out with the curveball to starting off Hess with the curveball. It's 0-1. Gillis now comes set. Huge lead over there at second. Another bunt attempt. McKenzie thought about a back pick for about a split second, but just fires that ball back to his battery mate, Gillis. Como and Riala going over their duties at second base. We've already seen a bit of a mix-up between them in this ball game. Bronson taking quite a big lead. Or pardon me, that's Gramercy. Pick-off attempt by Gillis, and nothing doing. So it was a leadoff E3 by Jeremy Grammer. See that ball hitting off the knee of Jackson Dartnell. Connor Brunson followed that one up with a strikeout, but not before Gramercy could steal second. That's where he's at right now. Leadoff hitter Hess drops down a nice bunt. It's going to be a tough one for the lefty Gillis, so he's going to have to eat it. But they back pick attempt and they got him. What a play that was, and now there's nobody at second. Nothing going on there. A smart play all around for the Wolfpack. Unfortunately, can't say the same for the Mariners. Gramercy drifted a little bit too far off that base, so he was unable to get back in time. So that all-important out in this game is going to send Lucas Galloway to the plate. That ball's going to go all the way to the backstop. It should be a pass ball, and the catcher, McKenzie. It's going to be 1-0 to Galloway, who flew out his last time up. So Gillis now finds himself in a 1-0 hole with a runner on second. He takes a look at that runner, then comes to the plate. Delivers a curveball. It's been probably the best pitch for Gillis this evening. It's now 1-1. Always seems to be able to record strikeouts with that pitch, and you've seen him start a pair of batters with it in this inning. So with the count now 1-1, Gillis looks in and gets a sign. He shakes off a trio of signals from Connor McKenzie. Looks back at the runner for a second time and now goes to the plate. Pitch on the inside half is called a ball. Looked like a close one from up here, but it's 2-1. Great pitch there by Gillis. He finds the outside part of that play with a strike. It's now 2-2. So Gillis comes set, looking to close the book on this inning. He's going to do just that. So this ball's tapped in the middle. Riella collects, fires across the diamond for out number 3. The score stays right where we left it. It's 2-1 for the Wolfpack. We're back here at Norbrock Stadium with our coverage of the 2018 CCBC Championships. The Wolfpack, the hometown Wolfpack, lead this one by a score of 2-1 as we head into the bottom of the 5th. That's a foul ball, ladies and gentlemen. An unlucky one for Liam Riella. So it's the first pitch curveball for Matt James Scott. Doesn't get enough bend on it. It's actually going behind Riella. Riella, no need to really move out of the way on that one, as it looks like it was going to hit off his shoulder. Instead, it goes behind him and hits the bat that's resting on said shoulder. So even though he didn't try to, just a foul ball and a gift for Matt James Scott on the mound. He then comes back and misses with a fastball, low, 1-1. So Riella, the leadoff hitter from the Wolfpack. He's been on for a pair this time. He's tripled and walked in this ballgame. Swung on and hit to left. Should be no problem. And it won't be. A nice running catch there, and that's 1 out. That sends Adam Philman to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Matt James Scott comes set. Delivers a fastball that misses outside. Ball 1. It's a 2-1 lead for the Wolfpack. Getting their runs in the first and the fourth. Philman looks at ball 2. It's now 2-0. So Philman in the driver's seat. Mariners picks up their run in the top of the second. Nice pitch in the outside corner by Scott. It's now 2-1. Philman still looking for a pitch he can drive. He gets one and sends it back up the middle. It's going to be collected at second, but it will be close. Nice play over there by Tanner Hess, and it's the second out of the inning. So it'll be up to Josh Hillis to keep this inning alive. 0 for 2 on the day. Hillis takes this one on the inside part of the plate. And takes one on the outside part of the plate. It's 2-0. Strike one now, 2-1. Hillis must have been looking middle in as he takes that 2-0 pitch on the outside part of the plate. The 2-1 this time is high, so the count grows to 3-1. That one misses for ball 4. It's a 2-out walk from Matt James Scott. Definitely not what he or the Mariners would have wanted. But that won't stop Cole Pekin from heading to the plate. The Wolfpack DH is 0 for 2 on the day. Lucas Galloway heads out to have a word with his pitch. So after that mound visit, here comes the 0-0. It's going to be outside for ball 1. Pretty sizable lead for Hillis over at first, it should be known. Pekin takes, and it's now 2-0. So after Matt James Scott quickly records the first 2 out of this inning, he's fallen behind on both the subsequent batters. That's going to send the pitching coach out to the mound. There is action in the Mariner bullpen. Third mound visit of the day for the Mariners. Home plate umpire slowly trots out to the mound to break. Neither him nor the starter for the Wolfpack, Regan Gillis, have too much to show for their evenings. But neither have been particularly spectacular either. Scott misses, and the count now 3-0. Crowd kind of growing restless a little bit here at Norbrock Stadium. Big lead from Hillis over at first. There's strike one from Matt James Scott. Count now 3-1 to the Wolfpack designated hitter.